Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the midnight battles that have been added in a recent update. So yeah, you had to unlock these, you have to do 4 street races and win them, and you win 16 of them and you unlock all 4 of the midnight battles. So yeah, I can't really remember these from, I think it's Forza Horizon 2 that they were in. I'm probably misremembering that, but yeah, I can't really remember them in that game, or whichever game it was, so yeah. But these are apparently a recreation of those midnight battles, or at least 4 of them, if there were more than that. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what's in store for these. So yeah, we get to race 4 different cars, I think, racing against 4 different cars, whichever way, I'm not sure, but yeah. It's nice that they're continuing to add stuff like this into the game. So yeah, Midnight Battle against a 1984 Honda Civic. So yeah, let's see, race through the Mexican jungle and the picturesque town of Millard. Ah, right, so yeah, they're in the Civic, so let's pick a car that we actually enjoy driving, because we've got a wide variety being in B class. So yeah, now obviously that Civic isn't the newest of things, so don't necessarily have to prioritise a modern car, but yeah. Well, we've got the Lincoln Co, which I really do enjoy driving, but we have driven that a fair bit on this game. I do have a fair few cars that have been upgraded to top of B class, purely because, you know, that's a class I love racing in. I feel like going for an 80s car just to make it a little bit fairer. Who knows how that car has been upgraded, to be honest. So I feel like we're gonna go for where is it? Yeah. Here. I'm not sure. I want to go for the Lincoln Co, but then I don't want to be so obvious. I know, let's go for the Porsche 356C Cabriolet Emery Special. Yeah, it's technically older than the Civic, but it's also a resto mod, so it's had some newer parts added to it, including a brand new engine. So yeah, let's see what this can do. I really do like this car. It's easily one of my favourite resto modded cars that have been added to the Forza series. We've had a fair few, but yeah, this is definitely one that I like. So we're rocking up in the Porsche, and there's a Civic. Right, so let's see what we're doing. I like those intros. Got blue flares. Just going to find that this isn't a midnight battle instead of the red flares for normal street races. Apparently these have been recreated as close as possible to the original routes that we used, which is nice. We have plenty of power and not much in the way of weight, but obviously being a resto mod, it's got some of its 60s characteristics still lingering around. Oh, that's a tiny series of corners there. We're not able to do all that well round. So yeah, I'm not sure if these are any harder than normal races, or just picked a car that isn't particularly as quick as the Civic. We should have gone a bit more obvious, who knows. How did we miss that checkpoint? I thought we went for it. No, we didn't. We missed it by a country mile there. Let's rewind a little bit more and get a better angle on that corner. remember this car handling better. But then again, I don't think I've really raced it. It's hard to judge a car's handling just when you're going around free roam on your own. I've got street races, have traffic, obviously. Even these midnight battle ones. You can ruin your line. We're struggling here, oh dear. This isn't a slow car by any means, but clearly we are not quick enough. Well, we're going to try that again and get in a car that is better, because yeah, that was a bit more difficult than I expected it to be with that Porsche. I expected it to be a lot better, because you know it's got 225 horsepower, it weighs barely 2,000 pounds. So let's try again. I'll have to quit out, I think, because that's the only way apparently to change cars on this game. That's one thing that is annoying about this game, is that when you try and restart a race, you have to come all the way out of it to get into a different car. So, but regardless, we're still here. So, yeah, let's go for something a bit more modern. Right, then let's go for something from the 80s, just to make it a bit, you know, more even. So we'll go for the 944 Turbo. It's got even more power than the Emery that we're just in, as well as more torque, but obviously more in the weight of weight. But yeah, it's got more. It should have, you know, better grip, better brakes. Not that they're awful in the Emery, but they were clearly not up to snuff in comparison to the Civic. Get ready. There we go. Right, so now the Civic is the lighter of the two of us. Although to be fair, it might even be lighter than that Emery that we're in. Yeah, this definitely feels a bit more composed. Resto mods might at the end of the day have more modern parts to them than they would in the standard car, but there's still going to be some of that, you know, old age design in it to some degree. Speed! Oh, the Civic struggled there, getting around that car. Oopsie. Don't hit the wall. Walls are bad for racing. And this also has a better gearing as well. Prioritises acceleration. This is generally a little bit more stable of a car. Come on, don't say we're going to lose in this as well. Speed, come on, gain. Ah, dearie me. Well, we were gaining a little bit, but as you can see, but... Alright then, we're going to have to go even more modern. Because apparently this Honda Civic has been upgraded to God status, because, yeah, the 250 horsepower Porsche is apparently not able to beat it, so, yeah, we'll restart, we'll exit out, and then we're going to go for the Lincoln Co. Screw it. I know we said we weren't going to go for the obvious, but that is an obvious kind of car with its all-wheel drive and way more modern brakes and tyres and suspension. Third time's the charm. Where is it? Come on, L. Right, let's see what China can do against it. We've tried German cars, but so let's see what a Chinese car can do in comparison. Should have way better launch. With, you know, again around 250 horsepower and all-wheel drive on the go. Which will hopefully give us the edge that we need. Way better launch. Better than the 944. Maybe these aren't particularly difficult and I just chose wrong cars, but definitely seem to be doing a bit better now. Definitely feels like we chose the wrong cars. That's the way it is with this game, and one reason why I like it is that it's just about as much as about experimentation and the like. Not every car's going to be an obvious choice to win, and not every obvious choice is going to be a winner, so that's just what I like about this game. Don't know why I'm quite as won as quickly, easily as in that one as we did in the previous two races, but yeah, regardless, we've won. I just think the immediacy of the gearbox in that Lincoln Co, along with the all-wheel drive, and the fact it's got a fair decent amount of power is what helped us there, so yeah, we've beaten the Civic, third time's a charm. Right, let's hope that the next race isn't as difficult. Leveled up, blah blah blah. Let's see what car we're going to be up against next.
You know the rules, street racers. Don't worry, the CRX is going to a good home, we promise.
Well, that was actually an accolade to win a street race with a midnight battle without any upgrades, so clearly they think that you need them. So yeah, we're going to go up against the Celica from 2003. So let's see if we can do any better with this one. This is obviously a more modern car than the Civic. But we are in A-class now, so we're not going to be in the Lincoln Co. So what other cars can we choose? Well, I do fancy the RS, new Audis that have been added to the game. either the RS7 or the RS5. But we have plenty of other choice. Obviously we have the new M4, which is ugly as sin, but still a pretty decent sports car. What other new ones are we adding to this game? So we've had the Hot Wheels cars. For some reason there's a glitch at the moment where your headlights vanish on certain cars. No idea why. Then we've got the Mini. Pretty potent car with 302 horsepower. But I think we're going to go with one of the Audis. I think we're going to go with the RS7. It's got a huge amount of power and torque. Yeah, it weighs a fair bit, but as you can see the handling and acceleration launch are pretty good. Braking could be better given it's a modern car, but it should hopefully do well against the Celica. But again, like I said earlier, not every obvious choice or what looks like an obvious choice is a winner. So let's see if we can do better this time around. That's obviously a heavily modified Celica, and we're in a completely unmodified Audi Saloon. Celica will be lighter than we are. I feel like the all-wheel drive system on this and the sheer amount of power that this has got going in its V8 engine is going to overwhelm it. It looks like that's going to be the case. Straight line speed is this car's forte after all. Handling quite isn't. Ooh, off-road now. Even more reasons to have all-wheel drive. Don't expect any of this to be off-road. For some reason the Celica seems to be quicker off-road than on-road. Yeah, the sheer amount of power in this is hard to overcome, even with all the weight that it's got going on. This is definitely a more fun route than the previous one though. First street race on this game to have any off-road elements to it, which is interesting. I like that idea. Especially since this isn't heavy off-roading or anything, you're not waiting for water or massive jumps or anything like that. It's just the kind of off-road elements that you'd expect a normal car to be able to deal with in some regard. longer race than last time as well. So Nico is struggling to keep up. And there we go, got the win. That was a lot easier than the last one, but a far more fun route in the process as well, so yeah, about evened out really, to be honest. But yeah, more than 7 seconds ahead of the Celica there, which is not particularly great on that car's part, but that's just the way it is, I guess. Right, let's see.
Ice water in their veins, this kid. I love it. Stay frosty in your new Celica.
Let's see what we're going to go up against next. So, 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Really rather likeable car that is, but not the fastest in the straight line in stock form due to its gearing, but I imagine that has been radically overhauled with this version. What class are we going to be in? C-Class. So we're going down a bit now. So, yeah. Do we go up here against it in a classic? Another classic muscle car? Or something newer? And there's the Mach 1 in its stock form. Huge amount of power and torque, but also plenty of weight. So we've got a decent variety to choose from. I feel like if we're going an old classic muscle car, we'll be outdone in terms of handling, because that'll no doubt be something that's upgraded in the upgraded Mach 1. And as you can see, every stock muscle car is not the greatest in terms of handling as it is. Although the Barracuda is pretty decent. Let's try the Barracuda. It's probably not going to work, but only one way to find out really, I guess, isn't there? I mean, the Mustang's probably got a new scoop on it and everything. Oh no, it doesn't. Actually, it's in a paint job that I don't think that car suits, to be honest, but let's see what happens. Don't cheat. Yeah, they're not going to have been able to do that many upgrades with the car, given this was already in C-Class. I feel pretty confident that this Barracuda will do well, given it's got far better handling than a lot of muscle cars from that time. It's 0.5 handling better than the standard Mach 1. It also does have more power and weight. We're lighter. Whoa. Wobbling and bobbling all over those bumps there. Getting a bit of out of control there. That Mach 1 was famously used in the original Gone in 60 Seconds from the 70s, in a car chase that I think was lasting 45 minutes or something ridiculous like that. It's a pretty spectacular car chase. And that Mach 1 gets the living hell beaten out of it throughout the entire duration. For some reason it's not able to keep up with us despite having upgrades. We're far from the fastest muscle car in a straight line. I think we're about even in terms of straight line speed actually, or at least in terms of initial acceleration. Because it's not gaining on us, but we're not really losing it either. Feel like a classic 70s car chase film though, with both being in classics from America, chasing each other. There's lights beaming behind me. As long of a race as that as the last one. Probably not quite as interesting given the previous one had a change of surfaces, but it was a lot closer in terms of the race. Mustang was not that far behind at all. Let's see how far. Obviously the previous race I had a 7-second lead, and in this one, yeah, not even a second, so that was a lot closer. So let's move on to the fourth and final race and see what it has in store for us. So for this fourth and final race, we're going to be up against the Lamborghini Murcielago from 2010, which is one of my all-time favourite cars. So yeah, we're going to have to be in something pretty spectacular to beat that. Weirdly, when looking back at the PI of the Mustang, though, that wasn't actually upgraded for some reason. So yeah, not sure why. But regardless, let's see what we've got to choose from. We've got loads of Ferraris and Aston Martins, and yeah, all the usual kind of S1 class kind of high-powered cars you'd expect. So we've got the Jaguar CX-75, also from 2010. Way more in the way of power though. But yeah, this is the car that we're going to be up against. And as you can see, 661 horsepower is quite a lot. So yeah. I feel like going in against the car also from 2010. So I'll have a look for what cars are from around then. That's on the Cinque Roadster. Pretty much the same kind of power, but way lighter. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go in that Lexus LFA. From the same year, it's got less power, but less in the way of weight as well. And yeah, it's got a pretty formidable V10 going on it. So yeah, 3263 compared to 3794. 552 compared to 661, so it's about 109 horsepower less, way less in the way of torque, but yeah, let's just hope that it's got better handling due to having less weight, basically. Oh yeah, this has the paint job on it that you got gifted via the Forza Horizon gift tab. Got a paint job by someone who did a pretty good job on it. Not sure what it's supposed to be you know, representing, but it looks pretty good. Obviously the Lamborghini's gonna have the all-wheel drive off the line power. It's got all-wheel drive. will have better braking because we're going to be able to brake later due to the lack of weight. We shouldn't have any understeer like the Lamborghini will, and we should have a faster gearbox as well as this lightning quick gearbox on it. Pretty sure it's high revving as well. Not that the Lamborghini is a low revving car by any means, but come on. Pretty sure this one has been upgraded unlike the Mustang. Might have less power than the Lamborghini, but we are still no slouch. Gaining. Yeah, that's definitely an upgrade. So it's got a new wide body kit on it, or a wide body kit on it. Sneak up the inside. Yeah, there we go. We are coming to a bit of motorway section, which I probably will gain on us on. And it is the last bit of the course as well. Come on, hold it. Come on. Oh, what? Oh, it's swapped. Oh, didn't see that. So we have to go on the left hand side and immediately change it over to the right. Oh dear, that's a bit disconcerting. Come on, hold it. That car does have higher top speed than we do. We made it. That was a challenge, that one, because the Lamborghini was ahead straight away at the start of that race. It's only in the last 20 seconds or so I feel that we, got ahead. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool race. That was. The LFA was a worthwhile match to the Lamborghini, despite having way less in the way of power. So, yeah, and obviously you win each of these cars that you beat. So if you don't have the money to, buy these cars.
Ooh, midnight battles, baby. Now, Horizon, are you ready to party till the break of dawn? Cool. Well, let's fun. Sending this one out from the main stage to my main superstar. Careful with your new Lamborghini. We did it, kid. Woo!
So yeah, like I said, you get each of these cars that you win against. So if you can't afford them, if you're new to the game or anything like that, then yeah, it's well worth being able to do these races. So yeah, and they are 4 pretty good cars. Lamborghini and the Mustang are probably my favourites though, but yeah, the Civic is pretty great as well. Sleeker I'm less impressed by, especially compared to the older generations of that car, but still, it is 4 cars to your garage, especially if you've never got them before. So yeah, well worth doing the midnight battles, especially since they are quite fun to do as well. And at the end of the day, you get to choose whatever car you want in that class. So you can either upgrade cars into that class or use any car that is already in that class. So yeah, also pretty fun in that regard as well. So yeah, nonetheless though, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.